There is one word that has cost you more of your life than any other word you know. It is 3 letters long. You said it at least twice yesterday without thinking about it. And every single time you say it, you hand over a piece of your week, or your money, or you are standing inside your own family. The word is yes. Not the yes you meant. The yes you gave because saying no would have made 2 seconds feel awkward. 2 seconds of awkward, traded for a whole Saturday you never wanted. So today, 5 things you should never say yes again after 65. Stay with me for the last one, because it is not like the other 4. The first 4 cost you your time and your money. The last one costs you your family's respect, quietly over months, and nobody will ever tell you it is happening. It happened in your house this month. You just did not know it counted. Number 1. Never say yes to a plan you already know you are going to dread. You know the feeling. The phone rings, somebody invites you to something, and before they have finished the sentence your mouth has already said, "Sure, sounds good." 1 second to say it. Then 3 weeks of a small stone in your stomach every time you see the calendar. Here is what those costs, and it is not the day. You show up half of the time. Quiet. Check your watch. Ready to leave 40 minutes after you arrive. And people notice, but not the way you think. They do not think he didn't want to come. They think he's slowing down. Your reluctance gets filed under your age. That is the trade. You saved 2 awkward seconds on the phone and paid for it by looking older than you are, in front of the people whose opinion matters most. Frank was 74. Every August for 6 years he drove 4 hours to a family barbecue he did not enjoy. Everyone assumed it was his favorite weekend of the year. In year 7 he finally mentioned the drive, and his nephew said, "We thought you loved coming. We'd have driven to you." 6 years. Nobody was forcing him. He just never said the true thing. So, here is your replacement, and it is the most useful sentence in this video. Let me check and get back to you tomorrow. You are not saying no. You are buying 24 hours, and 24 hours is enough to find out what you want. Then if it is no, I'm going to pass on this one. Send me pictures. And give no reason. A reason is a door. Hand somebody a reason and they will negotiate with it. Quick thing before number 2. In the comments, tell me the last thing you said yes to that you wish you had said no to. 1 line. I read every one, and half of my videos come from them. Number 2. Never say yes to money that both of you know is not really a loan. You know the version. Somebody needs help, the word loan gets used, there is a vague sentence about paying it back when things settle down. And everybody in that room already knows it is never coming back. What it costs is not money. It is what it does to the relationship afterward. Now there is a debt sitting in the room. They avoid you slightly, not on purpose, they just do not look at you the same way at Christmas. And you start keeping a small tally you swore you would not keep. Both of you pretending. And later, when you need something from them, they cannot be honest with you, because they owe you. Arthur was 69. He gave his son-in-law $4,000 and both called it a loan. Neither brought it up again. But for 3 years that man could not look Arthur in the eye across a dinner table. $4,000 bought 3 years of careful silence. There are only 2 honest answers here, and the fake loan is not one of them. I can give you $800. It is a gift. We never talk about it again. Or, I'm not able to do this one. Give it or do not. Just do not lend it. The lending is what poisons it. Number 3. Never say yes to being the default. Somewhere along the way you became the person with time. And once a family decides you have time, your calendar stops being yours. You became the airport ride. The dog sitter. The one who waits at the house for the plumber. The name is on the school's emergency card. The one who notices the first ring, because he always picks up. Every one of those is small. That is why it works on you. Nobody asks you for your whole week. They ask you for Tuesday afternoon, 40 separate times. And here is what people hear when you are always available. He is free. Free stops being a favor amazingly fast. It becomes the arrangement. Nobody thanks you for the 4th airport run. Gerald was 77. 2 years of school pickups, twice a week, 40 minutes each way. Then he had a hip replacement, and when he called his daughter to tell her, her first reaction was not how you are feeling. It was what we were going to do about pickups. She was not a bad daughter. She had just stopped seeing it as a favor because he had never once given it a shape. So, give it shape. I can do it on Tuesdays. I can't do Thursdays. That is the whole sentence. You are not refusing, you are showing them there is a schedule behind you. A man with a schedule gets treated like a man with a life. A man who is always available gets treated like a resource. Number 4. Never say yes when somebody answers a question for you. Picture it. A doctor's office, a bank, a store counter, your own dinner table. Somebody asks you something directly, and before you open your mouth, your son or daughter answers for you. Oh, he doesn't drive at night anymore. He's fine, he just gets tired in the afternoon. And you nod. Because correcting your own child in front of a stranger feels rude, and they meant well, and it is not worth making a thing of. But every time you nod, you have signed an exceedingly small piece of paper that says, "He speaks for me now." 1 time is nothing. 50 times and it is simply true. Nobody ever decided it. It got decided by 50 small nods. Leonard was 71. His daughter came to 3 appointments and answered every question. By the 3rd visit, the doctor had stopped looking at Leonard at all. He asked everything to her. Leonard sat right there, perfectly capable, and had become furniture in a room that was about him. Your replacement is 3 words, calm, no edge in your voice. I'll take this one. You do not have to argue with what they say. You do not have to bring it up in the car afterward. You just take the sentence back, in the moment, in front of everybody. Do it twice and it stops happening. Number 5. And this is the one I told you about. Never say yes when you did not hear it or did not understand it. You know this moment. A loud restaurant. The TV is going. Somebody says something across the table, fast, and you catch about half. Or somebody uses a word about a phone or a form or an account, and you do not know what it means. And you nod. Small smile. You do it because asking somebody to repeat themselves twice in one dinner wants to admit something. It feels safer to nod. Here is the truth and I want you to sit with it. The nod is not hiding anything. The nod is the thing giving you away. Because they can tell. Not that evening. But over months, your answers stop quite matching their questions. You agree to something you would never agree to. You laugh a beat late. You ask about something that was already covered. And here is the part that stings. They do not think he didn't hear that. They think he's not all there anymore. The nod you use to protect your dignity is the exact thing costing you your dignity. Then the workarounds start. They simplify things for you. They stop telling you the complicated parts. They start explaining your own business to you instead of asking you about it. And one day you notice that important family conversations happen somewhere else and get summarized to you afterward, in short sentences, like a weather report. Paul was 80. He thought he had been covering it beautifully for years. Then his son mentioned, casually, that the family had started keeping things simple for Dad about 2 years back. Paul's hearing was fine. His mind was fine. He had just never once asked anybody to repeat a sentence at a loud table. So, say it and do not apologize for it. Say that again for me, it's loud here. Or better, I don't know that word. What is it? That is not weakness. It is the opposite. Asking a question proves you are present. A nod proves nothing and it makes people wonder. So, 5 things. Do not say yes to plans you will dread. Do not say yes to money that is not a loan. Do not say yes to being the default. Do not say yes when somebody answers you. And do not say yes when you did not hear it. Here is what all 5 have in common, and it is the only thing I really want you to take with you. Everyone is a yes. You gave with your mouth while your gut said no. And every time, you did it to avoid about 2 seconds of awkwardness. But the bill never comes in seconds. It comes as a Saturday. as $4,000 and 3 years of strange silence, as your seat at your own kitchen table. And notice, not one of these asks you to become a difficult man. Look at the sentences. Let me get back to you tomorrow. I can do it on Tuesdays. I will take this one. Say that again to me. 4 ordinary lines. Nothing rude in any of them. So, here is one thing this week. The next time somebody asks you for something and you feel your mouth already starting to say yes, stop and say, "Let me get back to you tomorrow," instead. That is all. Then watch what happens. Nothing. Nobody gets angry. The world does not tilt. And you will be standing there realizing you have been paying a price for 40 years for something that costs nothing. If this was worth your time, hit subscribe. And in the next video, 7 things your family notices about you that nobody will ever say to your face. Number 4 is the one most man would want to know about tonight. I will see you there.